Okay, before I get into this, I'm using the clicker, so I am switching the slides and just pushing the button. Okay, we have all been there before, whether it be an exam, a Netflix binge, or something else along those lines. There's been a point in our lives where we've gotten lack of sleep, thinking we can make it up later when we have less responsibility. I'm here today to tell you why that thinking is wrong. In order to do this, I will first explain the problems associated with getting more or less than 6.5 to 8.5 hours of sleep, which is the recommended window, what causes us to miss this window, and finally, easy solutions so we can maintain this window. As I said earlier, Netflix binges and exams are some of the causes associated with getting too much sleep and or lack of sleep. When I do an all-nighter for an exam, for example, which I've done many times throughout my college career, I stay up late, I stay up all day, and then I go to sleep and I sleep in the next day. This is a terrible cycle to be in, and it just never works out. In order for me to fix this behavior, I did the research so I could fix this. And through this, I found out the physical and psychological effects that sleep deprivation or oversleeping can cause, the main causes as to us students of what happens when we miss this window, and finally the easy to implement solutions so we can maintain this window. I will first start with the physical side effects of missing this of getting less than 6.5 hours of sleep. The physical side effect is impaired decision-making skills. Impaired decision-making skills is basically not being able to think clearly or as quickly. You're a little cloudy. When you get little sleep, as I'm sure most of us experience, we're very slow. We can't think as clearly. That's why before a test or a big day, teachers or your parents will say, get a good night's sleep because you're able to be 100%. You can think as fast as you normally do, as opposed to being impaired. Another example is illustrated by Marcia Clement, and she's the editor-in-chief of the Health and Science magazine. Drowsy driving causes 100,000 highway crashes a year, one of many problems associated with sleep deprivation. This cause alone, with Thanksgiving coming up, should wake us up. 100,000 crashes is an insane amount, and when we're going home on a long drive, we're going to need as much sleep as possible. We don't need to be more tired on a long drive. The easy way to fix this would be to make that 6.5 to 8.5 hour window. You're going to be ready for your day and ready to accomplish more without having to suffer from any of the physical consequences, such as impaired decision making. One of the physical problems with oversleeping is that it causes laziness or lack of motivation. Wickman states in his article, healthguidance.org, by sleeping more, you are being less active, giving your body less time to burn off energy, which gets stored as fat and can lead to obesity. When you're less motivated to do something, you really don't want to do it at all, and you just lay around. You don't want to do anything, you just want to sleep more. That's at least what happens to me when I get too much sleep. This can lead to obesity, and obesity is a problem in and of itself because you're getting even less motivated as you become bigger. The other problems associated with it are the health problems, such as poor heart or even diabetes, which is the most common cause. No one wants this. Why not just get the 6.5 to 8.5 hour window and be motivated for your day? No one wants to be less motivated to do homework and study for exams. Now that I've gone into the physical side effects of undersleeping and oversleeping, I'll go into the psychological impacts of missing the 6.5 to 8.5 hour window. The psychological side effect is insomnia. Insomnia is when you can't sleep no matter what you do. You can't sleep no matter what you do. That's a serious problem, and a lot of people deal with this. Insomnia is linked to some forms of depression, mainly minor. A minor form of depression would be if you oversleep, for example, you feel self-pity. You wasted your day. That's what you're feeling like. If this stacks over time, this can lead to a major form of depression, which, as we all know, a major form of depression is not good. We could easily avoid this psychological side effect if we just get that 6.5 to 8.5 hour window and still be productive in our day and want to do stuff. As I researched, I found that through my personal experience, my peers, and just on the web research, that most of the causes of missing this 6.5 to 8.5 hour window are due to self-inflicted wounds. I'm not saying this is the case the majority of the time, but there are instances where you have an obligation and you lose sleep because of that obligation. But for the majority of the time, it's self-inflicted wounds. For example, having to stay up late to do homework. If you did it earlier, you wouldn't have to stay up late. Or if you have to study for an exam, if you studied earlier, you wouldn't have to stay up as late and you could go to bed early. And then, of course, there's the Netflix binge that most of us fall victim to. There's no need to be staying up till 4 in the morning watching Netflix when you have to get up at 7. That's just ridiculous. I know what you're thinking. The self-inflicted wound. The self-inflicted wound. How can I fix it? It has to be hard to fix a basic habit. A self-inflicted wound is actually easier to fix, and there are very easy to implement solutions due to this habit. One of these solutions is to fix your body's natural sleep cycle. Our body's natural sleep cycle is when we go to bed early and we get up early, or we just do that. You go to bed at the same time every night and you get up in the morning that same time. If you do this consecutively for a period of time, your body will eventually learn to get up at that time and go to bed at that time. You'll become more tired then, and then you'll wake up feeling re-energized because you've got the same amount of sleep you've been getting for a while. If you fix this, it'll be a lot easier to gain that 6.5 to 8.5 hour window because your body's adjusted on the clock. Another example is the exercising. I know what you're thinking, 2 hours of exercise a day at the rec, or just going for a run sounds terrible. Well, in the article for health.org, it states the more vigorously you exercise, the greater the sleep quality you get. But even a light exercise, such as walking 10 minutes a day, can help. So a light exercise, just walking up the stairs to class or walking around campus, does help. If you want to get better sleep benefits, though, I encourage you to go for a light jog or go to the rec and work out for a bit. Those will help you sleep better, and you'll be able to go to bed earlier because you're more tired. Another solution to the problem is avoiding technology at night. Sleep.org article states, the blue light on screens such as cell phones, computers, tablets, and laptops reduces production of melatonin, a hormone that controls your sleep-wake cycle. It also went on to say you should avoid it 30 minutes before you go to bed, as it keeps your brain alert. You can't go to bed. Your body can't shut down and rest. You're thinking about other things all the time while you're laying in bed. You have a laptop right in front of you. You're thinking about your show, what's going to happen next. It's impossible to go to bed under those circumstances. Okay. Now that I've gone over the problems associated with getting too much sleep, the causes as to why we miss this window, and finally the solutions as to why the solutions so we can fix this incorrect behavior, I hope you can take away that if you get your full 6.5 to 8.5 hours of sleep, you can wake up feeling 100% instead of needing the coffee in the morning or being dependent on something else in the morning that needs you to get up. You can wake up and be ready for the day. You don't have to be down for the day, yawning all day, hating being in class. You can actually be excited about your day and enjoy it more if you get this 6.5 to 8.5 hour window. Thank you.